watching Yes.
Well, the Yankees have already clinched the postseason berth, but there's more to play for. They're tied with the Blue Jays atop the American League East. The Blue Jays own the tiebreaker, but the Yankees have 4 games to make up that one. First step would be Carlos Rodon. He'll make his final regular season start as the Yankees will try to sweep the White Sox. And now it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Chicago White Sox in the final game of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. Well, the Yankees won last night while the Blue Jays were losing to the Red Sox. That's why the Yankees have the same record as the Blue Jays. Yankees fell behind early yesterday, but then Aaron Judge hit his first home run of the night. And when I say first home run, that means he probably had more than that.
Well, Aaron Judge can hit hits as many as he wants. And this one came in last night, number 50. That's always a milestone now for Aaron Judge. His 4th time he's done that. That was a 3-run shot. And then late in the game, number 51, as he did last year, 50 and 51 in the same night.
It's not easy to hit 50 home runs. Only 34 players have had one 50 home run season. Now we whittle it down. 11 players have had 2 50 home run seasons. 5 players have had 3 50 home run seasons. Then the velvet rope comes out. This is exclusive. 4 players with 4 50 home run seasons, and Judge is in the club. The Yankees have a lot to play for. They want to win the division. That gives them a bye. That means you win the series. That's what they're looking for. Well, Aaron Boone has more with Meredith Marakovitz when we get back right here on Yes.
Finale between the Yankees and the Chicago White Sox. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. A week ago, the Yankees were 5 games behind the Blue Jays in the standings. Since then, they went 6-1, and a win last night meant that they are now tied with Toronto atop the AL East, though the Blue Jays still do have that tiebreaker. Earlier, Aaron Boone was asked about this team's mindset heading into tonight's game, knowing the division is very much up for grabs.
Our focus hasn't changed, whether we're 5 back, tied, 1 back, whatever. It's like we got another really important game today, and we've tried to keep it simple and small like that, and try and go finish off a good series here today.
And the Yankees will hand the ball to Carlos Rodon for the final time of the regular season. Austin Wells is back behind the plate. Aaron Judge remains in right field, so Giancarlo Stanton will be this evening's DH. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Paul O'Neill. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Yes, this is brought to you in part by FanDuel. All customers can get a 50% profit boost every day this week on America's #1 sportsbook. By Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. By Chef IQ, the wireless stay-in-food thermometer that guarantees steakhouse results. Get perfection. Visit chefiq.com. And by Hyundai, test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. We are here at the stadium, final game of this 3-game set. Yankees have another series coming up starting tomorrow night against the Orioles, and we know the stakes. We told you in the open, the Yankees want to win the American League East. There are a lot of people, Paul, that go, well, you know what, you get stale if you wait for the while. I think you'd rather be stale and essentially get through a round for free and then start with the ALDS.
Well, it also adds games to the series, too, so the better team usually wins, and it just sets up your pitching so much better. Obviously, pitching, you can get your work on the side and emulate what you're going to do. Hitting somewhat of a difference, but anytime you can win the East, you do that just to put that badge on your shoulder.
And Toronto has to be feeling some pressure, and tonight against the Red Sox, they're going to go with a bullpen game. So that's the situation that they are in, and the Toronto has to start winning games because the Yankees were 5 games back a week from last night. And the Yankees since then, Paul, have gone 6-1, and the Blue Jays have gone 1-6. So the Yankees are feeling good about things, and you wonder how the Blue Jays are feeling right now.
Well, I've been in both sides, and when you're struggling, it's just like you can't flip a switch to get it going good again. And all of a sudden, the Yankees are playing their best baseball. So again, now that you have something to play for, you've got 4 days left, 4 games left to decide the American League East. These would be fun days.
They should be. Yankees take the field, and we'll take a look now at Carlos Rodon as he begins to warm up close and personal with the left-hander, making his final start of the regular season. But Max Fried said it best yesterday. After picking up his 19th win, they said, well, how do you feel about your season? And he said, not over yet. And that's how every Yankee feels. But Rodon obviously would like to pick up his 18th victory. And he is warming up to face this White Sox starting lineup, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Chase Mydrop, the second baseman, leads off. Curtis Mead at third will bat second. Colson Montgomery, the shortstop, hits third. Cleaning up and DHing Edgar Carroll. Miguel Vargas at first. Kyle Teal, the local kid from Mahwah, New Jersey. He's going to catch him bat sixth. Batting seventh, playing right field, Michael A. Taylor. Corey Julks in left field will bat eighth. And batting ninth and playing center field, it is Derek Hill. Davis Martin will make his third career start against the Yankees. So Rodon will make his 33rd start of the year. He's not missed a start. 17-9, 3.04 ERA. The most impressive number there. Opponent's batting average against, that's 188. That's the best in Major League Baseball. So let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report, Paul.
Well, he's been strong all year, but he's finishing strong. Last 8 starts, 2.17 ERA, averaging over 6 innings to start. He has absolutely been fantastic. And big addition, his changeup is getting better and better. Saturday in Baltimore, a career high 33%. I don't know if you ever thought you'd see that from Carlos Rodon a couple years ago. And only 2 away. Only needs 2 strikeouts to get to 200, which will be the second time in his career. Did it with the Giants back in 2022.
Well, the White Sox would like to steal 1 win out of these 3. And they have beaten the Yankees once. That was in Chicago, but the Yankees have dominated them. And the White Sox, they're 58-100, so they're having a rough season, but much better than last year. The Yankees are 90-68. Mydrop is ready. Rodon is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. High fly ball right field. Aaron Judge is there. 1 out. Let's check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. We'll start with Judge. He's in right, Grisham in center, Bellinger over in left. We'll go the other way in the infield. McMahon, Volpe, Chisholm, and Rice, third to first. Wells behind the plate, Stanton, the DH, and the veteran lefty Carlos Rodon is on the mound.
Look, I'm just looking at the White Sox lineup. I don't know that I've ever seen this. 7, 8, 9 hitters, your outfielders.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I can't recall.
Wow. I got to pick names out of a hat today, huh?
And then you look at the Yankee lineup, 1, 2, 3, that's their outfield. No beating around the bush. There is rain in the forecast tonight. They're hoping to get this one in, and you know what? They're going to wait a long time to get it in because there's no other time to play it.
Let's not even go to the Bigelow T. I don't know if I can even take the statement tonight.
Oh, we're going to go to them.
We're going there anyway.
Now, I see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, we will have that score up for you the entire game. So if it changes, you'll see it immediately, and they're just underway in Toronto. Boston against the Blue Jays. That one is looped and caught by Volpe. 2 down. Hi, Paul. The keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, Michael, you talked about it. This has been a complete turnaround. Last 7 games, Yankees 6-1, Blue Jays 1-6, which ties the American League. They could steal this division. They got 4 games left to prove it and no time to rest. You know, as important as these games are, everyday lineup pretty much stays the same. There's no days off at this point. And as good as it gets, Yankees are playing great baseball. Starters have been on a roll. The offense is good, and the bullpen has completely turned things around. And it seems like it's a perfect time.
Well, you want to peak at the end, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now, that's no sure formula, though, because you guys limped into the 2000 World Series, and obviously you won that one. And you didn't play great in 98 in September, and you just steamroll through. So I don't think there's any perfect way, but if you asked a manager, he'd rather go in hot.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot less questions as a manager when you're watching your everyday lineup swing the bat. Your starters are throwing the ball well, and I think that the bullpen again has just completely been turned around and thrown well the last 3 weeks. So I think you have a much better picture if you're Aaron Boone on how you're going to use guys.
The 2-1. Now, Clint Vondrak is the home plate umpire. He's considered hitter-friendly, fewer low strikes, fewer outside strikes on left-handed batters. He's in his 6th major league season. With a name like that, you almost expect him to be one of the stars of the Young and the Restless. Sounds like a soap opera name. Up the middle and past a diving Volpe for a base hit for Montgomery. You didn't want to see it, Paul, but we're contractually obligated. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 76 degrees. And that bottom line, we could be here a while.
Well, I'd rather spend the night with you anyway, Michael.
There you
Just
go.
kind of hang out.
Don't let Neville hear that.
No.
Here's Edgar Caro. This might be one of those days, Paul, where you're going to have to use your magic voice and get things delivered to the booth if we're here for a while.
You know what? Yankee Stadium's pretty good about
Yes,
that.
they are. One and one.
This Oregon guy plays between innings, and he gives you a little tease of a song, and then I go on singing it, the rest of the at-bat.
Pop foul and out of play. Now, doesn't seem with the naked eye as if it's raining at this point, but if you look at the top of the dugout, you could see sprinkles of rain on the top of the dugout.
Well, we were getting nervous right before the game, Michael. They came out with the tarp on the mound and home plate, so it must have started to mist, and then I pulled Danny Cunningham off the field, and we pulled the tarp, and we got it underway.
There you go.
There's Danny, my old drum mate. He used to go down and use my drums before I got to the ballpark. It was awesome.
Really? He drums too?
Yeah, he knew all about the paint room. Speaking of the paint room, Bernie Williams out with the guitar playing the national anthem today.
Carroll goes down on strikes. No runs a hit. One man left on base. It's the White Sox nothing. The New York Yankees coming to bat. Turn against Davis Martin. So we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is brought to you by Stop and Shop. That man's going to lead off Trent Grisham in center field, Aaron Judge in right, Cody Bellinger in left. Cleaning up first baseman Ben Rice, and Giancarlo Stanton will DH and bat fifth. Batting sixth to second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr. Bottom third of the order, Wells, Volpe, and McMahon. And on the mound, the young right-hander Davis Martin. This will be his 25th start, 7-10, 4.03. You see the numbers. Now let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, not so bad. The White Sox, they've been pretty bad this year, losing 100 again. But Martin has been solid. 25 starts, 4.03 ERA, better than the league average. And he's a contact pitcher. Low strikeout rate, but he makes up for it. A lot of ground balls, over 45%. Three main pitches, fastball, changeup, and a cutter. He uses them all about the same.
0-1 on Grisham. Grisham with a home run yesterday, 34 on the season. And he has 6 leadoff home runs this year. And the Yankees have 47 first inning home runs this year. And they're tied for the most ever. So one more home run and they'll stand alone for first inning home runs. That one just misses. There's a base hit to center field. Why don't we take a look at the White Sox defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. You can run on the White Sox. Teal, 18.5% caught stealing rate. Jolts, Hill, and Taylor in the outfield. Meade, Montgomery, Meidroth, and Vargas, third to first. Local kid Kyle Teal behind the plate, and Caro is the DH. So here's Judge, 2 home runs yesterday. He's at 51. Checks the swing.
Did Mark Jackson say, well, here's that man? Here's that man again.
Mama, here's that man.
Here he is again. 50-51 last night. See what we got in store for us tonight.
He has a base hit in store. That one's in the gap. Going to be cut off by Jolks, but Judge is going for 2, and the throw is not in time. So Grisham goes to third, a double for Judge, and at second and third, nobody out.
Well, 2 hard hit balls to start off. Aaron Judge just lines this into left field, and you see the grass wet. This ball really skips to get to left center field. No chance at third, and Aaron Judge hustles around to get to second base. Early and often, even when rain's in the forecast, Michael, you want to score early just in case.
Rain on the super shot reminds you of snow. Wow. But it's raining hits for Aaron Judge, who's trying to pick up his first batting title. Infielders in, and before that hit ball, he had a 13-point lead over the Athletics' Jacob Wilson.
I saw his arm sleeve. I thought I was getting pixels on my monitor. It's not his usual almost skin color with a little weird thing going on. I thought something was wrong with my monitor.
2-0 on Bellinger, sitting on 97 RBIs and 29 home runs.
Well, I think both teams know that there's going to be times where you're going to play through the weather and hope for the best.
Well, the crowd now is scurrying for cover as the rain's coming down a little bit harder. They are trying to get under the overhangs here at the ballpark. And there's ball 4 as Bellinger walks to load the bases. But before you celebrate with runs, remember the Yankees had the bases loaded, nobody out in the first inning yesterday. They didn't score.
Yeah, that was a weird inning out of a struggling left-handed opener for them, and he got out of it without giving up a run. But then in the second inning, Aaron Judge put him on top with a 3-run homer.
There's Ben Rice. Now, quick update on the batting race. The A's played today and lost to the Astros. And Jacob Wilson was 0 for 3, so he's down to 313, while Judge, with that double, goes to 330. So he's 17 points up. The 0-1. White Sox back up at short and second, trying to get the double play. They'll give up a run. Ben Rice 4 for 8 in this series, 18 for his last 41. He caught Max Fried yesterday. Everything went well. First time they've been matched up as a battery. Fouled away.
And when you hear that, Michael, that background music, is that Under Pressure to you, or is that Ice Ice Baby?
I think it's Under Pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same track.
Yeah.
What comes to your mind, you know?
How about you?
I guess I'm a little. Yeah, I was a Queen fan, so you know what? It's just that's where it came from. It originated, right?
Well, Rice has 2 grand slams so far this year. He has the bases loaded, nobody out.
Teal looked like he took that right off the forearm and just kind of lost feeling in his hand. You could see him just kind of shaking it to get feeling back. It's almost like getting hit by a pitch right there, just right off the forearm.
Wow. So you want to be a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Boone was asked about Teal today. He said he likes what he sees. He thinks he's going to be a good offensive catcher. And he said he seems like he handles himself well behind the plate. And that was the key component coming back to Chicago in the deal with the Red Sox for Garrett Crochet.
Crochet has been something for the Red Sox. Another gem he threw last night. So just continues. He's leading the American League in innings pitched. I mean, he has had a phenomenal year.
Still 2-2. One of Martin's specialties, he doesn't miss a lot of bats, but he does get ground balls. He's looking for one here. 2-2. Chop. Grabbed there by Martin. The out is made. Crossing home plate is Grisham. So an RBI for Rice. The other runners move up. 1-0 Yanks.
Well, Martin decided to grab this ball. If he lets this ball bounce, it's going foul. And I think that you heard Teal in the background say, let it go, let it go.
But I'm wondering, why would you want to let it go? I mean, you don't know if you're going to get a double play on the next one.
Well, you got 2 strikes on the hitter. You could possibly go for the strikeout or, you know, go for a double play. But, you know, at this point, I think you take outs as quick as you can get them.
Infield is in for Stanton. That's got to be the instruction that most infielders around baseball are fearful of. They look to the dugout. Yeah, come in. Stanton's at the plate.
It's when you act like you don't hear the coach. You come in. I don't want to come in on this guy.
Chop foul. Swing and a miss. Stanton's struggles continue. 2 away.
Again, watch his weight. It's kind of coming away from the baseball. When you see him doing that, you know, when he's on, everything is kind of neutral going towards the pitcher. He's kind of spinning off the ball just a bit.
You know, over his last 80 some odd at bats, he's striking out about 46% of the time. Here's Jazz. Infield backs up. 1-0. Second and third for the Yanks. 2 outs. Another game of interest in the pennant race. Detroit trying to right itself. Leads Cleveland 4-1, trying to avoid a sweep. Top of the 4th inning in Cleveland. An amazing little note. Look up, Philadelphia's leading Miami 1-0, bottom of the 5th. Miami's still in it.
Yeah, and the teams above them are out of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
just the way you do the math, and then they have an opportunity to sweep somebody at the end. It was really weird. I agree.
Grounded to first. Vargas will step on the bag. Bases loaded, nobody out, so Martin will take it. Yankees score 1-0 as we go to the second. Brought by your local Ford stores. Ford is proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. While the Yankees give Rodon a 1-0 lead as we head to the second. Rodon had a strikeout in the first, and he's one away from 200 on the season. Wall said the only other time he's had 200 or more strikeouts was with the Giants. Started his career with the White Sox. 1-1. Third season with the Yankees. First one didn't go well. Pitched well last year, and now even better this year. Well, Chicago's lost 10 of 11 games, so the White Sox have 100 losses. Interesting stat, the White Sox organization started in 1901. That's a base hit to left field by Vargas. And from 1901 to 2017, the White Sox had 3 100 or more loss seasons. That's it. Now they've had 4 in 8 years.
It's been tough times in Chicago. It was 121 last year they lost.
Wow. Broke the record held by the Mets. And that's why you could point to this year and go, you know what? It's a vast improvement. Chop foul.
I was watching Rodon warm up between innings, and so Wells was in there getting his equipment, and Ben Rice is in the lineup. So it's Osmus who warms up the pitcher, ex-catcher, but you know he's a coach now.
And that got Teal on the way by. So first and second, nobody out for Chicago.
Not how you drew it up. It looks like it just caught his jersey, and it's a shame because I mean his splits, Teal's splits are pretty bad. I mean against right-handers 289, against the lefties 200. So it's one of the outs. If you're going down the lineup and then you're Carlos Rodon, you think, you know, I've got to bury Teal. He's one lefty. If I make my pitches, I'll get him.
Taylor bunts. And grabbed there by McMahon, but foul. No, I was asking around today because it seems so unusual. The White Sox are a team that's building towards something that you'd wasted bats on a 34-year-old outfielder. And what I was told, he's been such a great influence on all the young players. He's just a steadying guy in that room, and they just feel, you know what, they kind of owe it to him to let him play.
Well, you like to see kids learn from veteran players, and you know Taylor not having a great year coming into the game, hitting 197, but a good defensive outfielder.
This one is fair, and McMahon gets the out at first, so it's a sacrifice. You scored 5-4 as Jazz took the throw.
Well, they're going to play fundamental baseball here. McMahon gets it, and these aren't easy plays tonight because the grass is wet. You pick up a baseball and it's wet. It can go anywhere.
Here's Corey Julks. Yankees play the infield back, second and third, one out. So ground ball does get a run in. At AAA, Julks hit 300, 15 home runs, 58 runs batted in, and scored 77 runs. And he was called up on Tuesday when Andrew Benintendi went on the IL with left Achilles tendonitis.
this is just what Rodon wanted to get ahead. Now he's 0-2. Try to save that run with a strikeout. He's gone changeup. If he tries to stay with it, or the high fastball or slider down and in.
Paul mentioned this in his scatter report. Rodon threw 33.3% changeups in his start against Baltimore. Very effective pitch for him. Well, that's going to get a run in. Long run for Grisham, and he hauls it in. Tagging is Vargas. He'll score. Heading back to second, Teal. A long sac fly for Julks, and the game is tied at 1.
Well, another changeup, but he did not get it down and away where he could get a swing and a miss. It was kind of up in the strike zone. Allowed Julks to be able to put a pretty good swing on it, and a nice play out there by Trent Grisham.
Well, let me pick your brain on this. Teal goes halfway. Why? If it's over his head, you're still going to score.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be tagging there?
Yeah, you go halfway, but when you see the outfielder kind of get a beat on it, and you trust that Grisham's going to make the play, then you can run back and still tag up. But if you get too far, as you said, yeah, then you kind of take that option away.
Here's Hill, who was picked off waivers from the Marlins yesterday. Foul away. Hill calls time. Hill's 29 years old, 6 big league season. So when Mike Talkman went on the IL with a meniscus tear in his right knee, they claimed Hill off waivers from the Marlins, where he hit .213 in 53 games this year. Now, after the trade deadline at the end of July, you can't make trades to improve your team, but you could add players if they're released, put on waivers, and that's what the White Sox did. Swing and a miss, strikeout, number 200 for Carlos Rodon. Nice round number as he leaves a runner on. But the White Sox tie the game. It's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the second. Same game parlay. Stan going to hit a home run. Ben Rice, will he get 2 or more ribbies? He's got 1 so far. And Rodon, will he get 6 or more strikeouts? He just picked up his second and the 200th of his season.
2 RBIs, that's a tough one.
That is hard. 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the second, be the bottom third of the order. Wells, Volpe, and McMahon against Davis Martin. Grounded sharply and past a diving Meindroth into right field. The base hit for Wells.
Well, again, you see the ball getting through the infielder a little bit quicker, the ball in the gaps in the outfield a little bit faster just because of the moisture on the grass, and this allows Wells to shoot that ball through. Meindroth not able to come up with it. Only thing that's good, though, when it's wet, Michael, is when you dive, you get a nice slide.
Yeah, you do.
When you hit the grass.
Here's Volpe. And a strike. Last 7 games for Volpe, 9 hits and 24 at-bats. That's .375. And he's done well against the White Sox this year. 9 hits and 22 at-bats over 6 games. That's .409. And he's still sitting on 19 home runs. Yankees picked up their 90th win last night, and they've done that 7 times in the last 8 seasons. Only one other team has done that, and that's the Dodgers. Also, 7 out of 8. So here's how things have changed in the East. So there was a 5-game deficit for the Yankees behind the Blue Jays when each team had 11 games left to play. So 22 combined games left. At that time, Toronto's magic number to clinch the division was 6. The Yankees' magic number to clinch the division was 17. Didn't seem possible. Now, Toronto's magic number is 4, and the Yankee magic number is 5. Center field, Hill retires Volpe. So through September 16th, there was a 5-game difference between the two teams. Since September 17th, Yankees 6-1, the Blue Jays 1-6, and that's how you gain 5.
Some of the just complete turnarounds have been amazing with the Tigers and the Mets and the Blue Jays. It's just coming down to the wire. You usually see teams, kind of finish things out, where we've seen some collapse this year.
Congratulations goes out to Seattle. They clinched the American League West. That's the first division they've won since 2001, Paul.
Wow. It was a year what they win 117
116 games.
16. Yeah, they're on a 16-1 run. So that'll get it done at the end of the season.
We'll get it done. 2-0 on McMahon. Slow ground ball. And there'll be no play as he beats it out at first. A broken bat. Montgomery had to go into the hole backhand, and McMahon beat it out easily. So Yankees first and second, 1 out.
Well, if you're going to crack a bat, you hope it's on a hit, and that's the case here. Kind of just a jam shot the other way. Montgomery, nothing he can do, just can't get enough on the throw.
Here's Trent Grisham, led off the first inning with a single to center. He's had 4 home runs in his last 7 games. And to get an idea of how good a season he's had, this is American League outfielders. He's 5th in home runs, 3rd in on-base percentage, 9th in slugging, 4th in OPS. Pretty good year. And he's also 10th among outfielders in WAR in the American League. Driven down the right field line, and it hooks foul.
His previous career high, Michael, was 17 home runs in San Diego back in 2022. So that's quite a bump right there.
Yeah, they double it up. Wells at second, McMahon's at first. Yankees have 4 hits against Martin, but the game is tied at 1. On deck for the Yankees is Judge. They have 1 play, they make it at first. Runners move up. Let's check out the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. home run leaders single season in the American League all time. Judge with 62 holds the record. Maris 61, Ruth 60, and now Cal Raleigh 60. And the booing you hear is that Judge is not going to have an opportunity to hit number 52 because they intentionally walk him with first base open. That's his 35th intentional walk. That's a new American League record. There's Bellinger. Foul back.
It's kind of the Aaron Judge rule. You don't see right-handed pitchers intentionally walk right-handed hitters to face a lefty very often. But, you know, Aaron Judge is in a different league.
And he breaks a tie with Ted Williams, who was walked intentionally 34 times in 1957. That was the older version of Ted Williams. Now, the one thing you have to be careful about, they don't keep that stat until 1955. I'm sure Babe was intentionally walked.
Yeah.
And guys, that guy right there, Cody Bellinger, is generally walking into the batter's box after Aaron Judge is intentionally walked. And he said earlier in his career he would have thought, really, this is what you're doing? But this year in particular, Paul, he said, hey, I get it. You don't want Aaron Judge to hurt you. I understand why you're doing it. I don't take it personally. But he does say he prepares differently, knowing that that is very much a possibility. He needs to be ready as soon as he puts his helmet on and goes to the on-deck circle, knowing that he is not going to be standing there very long.
Well, the Yankees are 9 for 27, Meredith, with 5 walks and 13 ribbies after a Judge intentional walk. So 3-2, runners will go, bases loaded, 2 outs. Chopped softly to first. And they get Bellinger on the 3-1 as the Yankees leave the bases loaded. We're going to go to the third. 1-1. Well, the White Sox ended the bottom of the top of the second inning with a strikeout with runners on second and third. And that was a 200th strikeout for Rodon. So 200 or more strikeout seasons by Yankee lefties. Whitey Ford, Al Downing, Ron Guidry. Guidry did it again. Randy Johnson, CC Sabathia, and now Carlos Rodon. Nice company.
Some good names on that list, huh?
So here is Chase Mydrop as the top of the order comes up against Rodon. Now, speaking of pitching, today's a very big day in the history of pitching. Because on this day in 1974, Dr. Frank Jobe did an experimental surgery on Tommy John. It wasn't yet called Tommy John surgery. Lined into center field, Grisham puts it away. And he told Tommy, you have a 1 in 100 chance of ever pitching again. I don't know how well you're going to pitch. Well, he sat out the next year. And then he pitched 14 more big league seasons. Before the surgery, Tommy John won 124 games. After the surgery, 164. And it's really changed the complexion of the game. It's allowed pitchers to stay in the game.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fear now, other than the time it takes to rehab. What is 16 to 18 months or something? But it's, it has saved a lot of pitchers' careers.
High pop up off the bat of Meade. Chisholm makes the play, 2 down.
Yeah, 288 wins total for Tommy John. I mean, that's borderline Hall of Fame, right?
A lot of people think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Also, to be part of this groundbreaking surgery, he certainly has left a big imprint on baseball. And the 288 victories, nothing to sneeze at. I just find it funny. So if he had won 12 more games, he's a Hall of Famer,
Yeah, it makes.
right?
If he wouldn't have had a rehab on his surgery,
Yeah.
he'd have got his 12 games in. If you put Tommy John in, then you got to put Dr. Job in too, right?
He should be in. Absolutely. One and two.
You know what we're going to need next, Michael? Is somebody that knows how to fix obliques. Because
Yeah.
that's the big injury now in the hitters, the obliques.
Because they take so long to heal.
Yeah.
And lats are also.
Lats.
Yeah.
That's usually something you work on chin-ups. Not hurt on the baseball field.
Also, a friend of mine texted me that Tommy John also had 188 no decisions.
Oh, wow. I know he's a 20-game winner at times.
Hit sharply and grabbed by Rice. And the White Sox go down in order against Rodon. 2.5 in the books. Yankees won. White Sox won. The Yankees. And tonight's picture is of Eileen and Lex, who are excited to watch the Yankees try to win the American League East during these last 4 games. Like those glasses on Eileen.
Look at that picture, Michael. Where is that? What stadium is it? Is that here?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, okay.
End of the regular season approaching, but keep posting your pictures to social media with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Ben Rice takes low, 1-0. I saw something between innings that I didn't like. An umpire went over to talk to Boone, and they're not exchanging pleasantries. It would be like exchanging pleasantries with you. So you wonder what's up weather-wise. You know, we were talking about the ABS system the other day, and it was brought up to Boone. Boone has been against the ABS.
Okay.
And he said, I know it sounds strange coming from me. He goes, I think the umpires have never been better.
Really?
He said, I argue with them because they're off by a half an inch. Because we want every call. He said, but I don't argue with them because I think they're bad. He said, I think they're great. So,
Well, I think the grading system has really, really upped the umpire's game because, you know, they can't intentionally call things, which are graded on it now. And I think that if you watch the majority, you've seen some bad games by umpires, what is it, 10, 12, 15 pitches at times?
I was thinking about Cole today. Imagine if he didn't get hurt and you go into the playoffs with Cole, Fried, and Rodon. I mean, that was the plan, right?
Yep.
Hit sharply, knocked down by Mydrop. And he'll get Rice at first.
Well, again, Ben Rice hits the ball hard. You can't aim him. This ball was a rocket. Mydrop knocked it down, about knocked him down.
One and one. You see his biceps just pop the.
Just blew the guard off.
Blew the guard right off.
Not going to mess with it. I'll just throw it out of the way.
You put that on my arm, Paul, there's a good chance to be there 20 years from now.
Yeah, okay. And not even feeling it's on there?
No.
Sleep in it, everything?
He flexed and boom, it popped. Bottom of the third, 1-1, Yankees and the White Sox. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes.
Again, he got the four-seamer, but it just kind of underneath the ball, just got above his bat.
There's Jazz Chisholm Jr. Oh and 1. And Jazz calls time on 0-1. Jazz 31 home runs, 31 stolen bases. 1-1. Remember when the 40-40 club was, so exclusive, and Mickey Mantle was quoted saying, "If I knew it was a big deal, I would have done it."
I would have done a lot more, right?
One and two on Jazz. Swing and a miss. Chisholm down on strikes. Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go to the fourth inning at the stadium. 1-1. For the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, fans vote to recognize who best represents the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLBtogether.com/Clemente Award. And that's Ashley Rodon on the left, with a big part of Carlos's charitable arm. And that's Amy Cole and Cody Bellinger's wife as well. Cadillac scoreboard, top of the fourth inning. Did Neville go to every one of your games when you played?
Pretty much.
Yeah? Wow.
Early in the, always early, but then when the kids came about, there were times where she didn't make it, but never didn't watch the game at home too with the kids. I find out now the stories where she would stand on certain tables and certain things for good luck. So I wasn't the only nutty one in the family.
That's great. The 0-2 to Caro. 1 and 2.
Your husband's going through a great time. When you looked at Ashley Rodon in the stands,
right.
I mean, she looks so relaxed.
Yeah.
It's just that just goes to show you how good he's been, right? She's not on the edge of her seat, not biting her nails, watching every pitch.
Well, everyone you talk to that's ever played the game, they go, it's much more nerve-wracking to watch than to play, because you control things when you play.
Yeah, especially with kids. Even when your kids start playing, you get so uptight. Watch them because you want them to succeed. Because you know how down you get when you don't. You know.
Yep. So one away, and that'll bring up Vargas, who singled to left in the second. Also came around to score, and that's the White Sox run. Grisham scored the Yankees run in the first on a sac fly. When you came home after the rare blow-up, did you have to explain it to the kids?
I didn't explain. I usually had to explain it to Mama, though. She, you know the kids are watching? It's like, do you think I wanted to do it? Do you think I thought about this? You know, you just have that instant of like insanity where you just can't take it anymore. I was just never smart enough to get out of the camera's view. That was the problem.
Your life would have been so much more calm with the ABS system. You've been touching the top of your helmet constantly.
The only problem is I'd have used my tube in the first at bat. I'm done for the night.
Three and one. And there's a walk to Vargas. First walk issued by Rodon. Let's check out Coors Light beating the pressure. And this is on Rodon. Ranks third in the American League with 17 wins, seventh in ERA, fourth in strikeouts, and first in opponents' batting average against, 188. Another good year by the Yankee lefty. Here's Kyle Teal. He was hit by a pitch in the second. And a strike.
You know, after his first year, and then you really appreciated the bounce back that he had last year, and then all of a sudden you've seen him become a complete pitcher this year by using the changeup, and now he looks like he's in line to be able to do this, you know, for years to come. Because when he came here, he was fastball slider, and at some point, you know, he wasn't going to be able to throw the fastball by people, especially this day and age where guys are throwing 100. So now you've got a changeup. You've got, you know, you just got so many other weapons where he's a much more complete pitcher.
And down goes Teal, 2 away.
Well, Rodon hit Teal last time, and again, if you make your pitches against him lefty on lefty, you're going to get him.
There's Michael Taylor. Runner goes. Fouled away, 1-1.
Well, first movement on a lefty with 2 outs. A lot of times at first base, you'll just take a chance and go on first movement. Taylor not able to see it and take the pitch and allow him to steal the base. He had a great jump.
Vargas 5 stolen bases. Yankees with 4 hits, White Sox with 2. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Driven out deep to right center field, giving chase is Judge. And that ball is gone. Into the seats, a home run for Taylor. His 9th of the year, a 2-run shot. And the White Sox lead 3-1 as that one's thrown back on the field.
Well, you can throw it back on the field, but it still counts as 2 runs with 2 outs. It's kind of a backbreaker right there. Taylor only hitting 197 coming into the game. Got a ball away, and in Yankee Stadium, that's not where you want to hit the ball. That's not where you want to pitch to, is right center field.
LeMahieu fan with a nice catch and then shows a pretty good arm.
Rodon knew it. He was hoping it would hit the top of the wall.
Center field, a step back, now coming in. Grisham makes the play, and that'll do it. But a 2-run home run by Michael A. Taylor gives the White Sox a 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It's the season finale of the animated series Bronze Buds, presented by Hexclad. On this week's show, the gang celebrates spooky season and become werewolf hunters. Stream Bronze Buds exclusively on the Gotham Sports app. It's fun for the whole family. Austin Wells leads off and takes pitch low, 1-0. So Taylor, that was his first home run since August 9th. Rodon, this is the first game allowing more than 2 runs since August 1st in Miami. And it also snaps a career-long streak of 9 starts with 2 runs or fewer. As you can see, top of the 5th inning, Boston and Toronto still 0-0. A bullpen game for Toronto. Two and one. Volpe on deck. Bottom third of the Yankee order here in the fourth. Two and two. Wells singles to right, leading off the second inning. Left field. Jolts. Reaches up to haul it in for the first out. Time for pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, he's pitched out of a couple jams. He had bases loaded in the first and the second inning, but all of a sudden he's starting to use that fastball a little bit more up in the strike zone and that breaking ball down and into lefties. It seems like he got that lead, and he's pitching much more aggressive.
Here's Anthony Volpe. And a strike. Volpe with a fly ball to center. That was in the second, so he's 0 for 1. He's 3 for 9 in this series. Grounded to third. Meade gets Volpe for the second out. Ryan McMahon, a broken bat, slow roller into the hole at shortstop to pick up a hit in the second inning. First hit of this series. And a strike to the Yankee third baseman. Yankees down by 2, 3-1, bottom of the fourth. One and two on McMahon. McMahon with 19 home runs and 52 ribbies. Yankees as a team lead Major League Baseball with 266 home runs. And the second place team, the Dodgers, 30 home runs behind them.
She liked her chances, huh? With the weekend to go.
2 and 2. Swing and a miss. McMahon down on strike. 7 in a row retired by Davis Martin. We're going to go to the fifth. With an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Turn the page on stigma. Visit oasisny.gov. Audi scoreboard, it's 3-1 White Sox. White Sox trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game set. Here's Derek Hill. One and one.
We got some pitch count issues, Michael. I saw the ball go flying into center field.
I'm surprised that he doesn't short out pitch counts the way he sweats.
He goes at it hard out there. There's no doubt about that.
Left side charging Volpe. Nice play. Gets Hill.
Yeah, it's all about coming in. You see Volpe has kind of really straightened out his defense by coming in on the ball and getting the short hop, and that's a transition there that is so important in a quick play like that. You've got to come out of your glove with a good grip to make a good throw.
Here's Chase Mydroth, who is 0 for 2. He's 0 for 10 in the series. There's a strike, 1-1. Despite being 0 for 10 in this series, Mydroth has hit well of late. Last 18 games, 20 for 66. And you talk to people around the White Sox, they feel comfortable up the middle with Montgomery and Mydroth. They think those could be long-term answers at those positions.
Montgomery's had a good series offensively here. He's put together some hits the first couple games. A couple good plays today at shortstop.
Still 1-2.
Get the feeling these fans are kind of waiting for some offense here to get up and get some noise going.
Absolutely. Two and two on Mydroth. Looped into left field. Coming on is Bellinger to make the play.
As soon as the ball's hit, you look out there, Bellinger's already in motion. His jumps on the baseball were tremendous, and this is the hardest play. I've always said it. Ball right at you. You can't veer off to either side, and then sometimes that ball will knuckle. You kind of lose sight of it.
Here's Curtis Mead. 1-0. Rodon's next pitch will be his 70th. Mead's 0 for 2. One and one. One, two on Mead. Mead popped to short and popped to second. Did he go? Nope. That's Tony Randazzo Phil Cuzzy's at second. The crew chief Dan Bellino's at third. We told you Clint Bondrak behind the plate. Swing and a miss. Meade down on strikes. White Sox go down in order. We're halfway through. Yankees down by 2. For tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Jose Barrios placed on the 15-day IL with right elbow inflammation. He was moved from the rotation to the bullpen. And the last 6 games, 5 starts, a 6.75 ERA with 6 home runs allowed. Grisham leads off the bottom of the 5th inning and fouls back the first pitch. Audi scoreboard 3-1 White Sox. And the pitch. 0-2. In a topsy-turvy year for the Yankees, they started off 42-25. Then they went into that 51-game tailspin when they were 20-31. And in the last 40 games, they're 28-12, which is the best record in all of baseball.
It's hard to really, figure out why those things happen. You get off to a great start and you just think you're going to ride through the season. And all of a sudden, you can't win a game. And then it turns around again. It's the nature of the game.
Here's Aaron Judge, and here's StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. The home run leaders in the American League. Raleigh with 60, Judge with 51.
Those two guys, their home runs look like the Macy's Day Parade, huh? My goodness.
On Judge. Judge doubled and intentionally walked. Tyler Gilbert warming up for the White Sox. Count goes to 2-1. Big cut, 2-2. Five lefties in the bullpen for the White Sox. Ground ball and through for a base hit. Judge just keeps bumping that average up.
Yeah, he keeps swinging the bat. And you know what? That's the one thing with his exit velocity. A lot of these balls get through the infield. This ball actually off the end of the bat. Rifled the single before, too. So Aaron Judge helping himself in the batting title and the MVP race.
So he's at 330 before that hit. 51 home runs, 109 ribbies. And it's the talk of all sports fans. Everybody has an opinion.
You know, obviously, home runs are a big category, RBIs. But, I mean, if you go down a list of so many more categories, Aaron Judge, he leads them all.
Now you look at the Fangraphs WAR, which incorporates more of the framing, so he's up by 0.5. But if you look at Baseball Reference WAR, he's up by 2 points, 2 full points, Judge is. So Cal Raleigh leads in home runs and ribbies. Judge leads in everything else. One hit sharply, a base hit. So Bellinger picks up a single. Judge moves to second.
Yeah, Bellinger's been so consistent over the years, over the year, and he's kind of struggled the last week. You see this changeup, and it kind of stays up. You'd like to see Cody Bellinger really get through this weekend on a hot streak onto the playoffs.
Oh, with Ben Rice coming up, Will Venable's going to take the ball from Martin, who pitched pretty well. He leaves runners on first and second with 1 out. Lefty coming in to face Rice. It's brought to you in part by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. By Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. And by Northwell, proudly raising health for our military service members, veterans, and their families. There was something up with the glove of Tyler Gilbert.
They didn't like what they saw when he came in. I don't even think he's thrown a pitch yet, has he?
I mean, he was greeted in the outfield like an escort by Venable, and then he has not thrown a pitch yet. You're absolutely right. So they brought in a glove, and maybe that glove had some sticky stuff they thought was excessive. And now they actually give it to somebody in the Yankee dugout.
They've confiscated it, Michael.
Here's what I don't understand. If there's something wrong with the glove, why is he allowed to be in the game?
Yeah, well, he's got a new glove. I guess he checked his hands, too. But I don't know. You might have a nervous Tyler Gilbert out there on the mound right now.
Right. Well, the crew chief is Bellino. He's a third base ump. Now, I don't know why the glove was put into the Yankee dugout when the umpire's room is on the third base side.
So are you saying the Yankees could doctor it up a little more before they take it down to the umpire's room?
Well, they wouldn't do that, but just, I don't know what the purpose of putting it there rather than the other way. All right, so Gilbert will face Ben Rice, and you know, you were asking earlier about is that under pressure, and a couple of people told me it's Rice baby. That's why they play it. Ben Rice is up.
All right. I've heard a lot of songs tonight, and they're getting scrambled.
Rice drove in a run with a grounder up the first baseline, fielded by Martin. That was in the first inning. Way outside. Gilbert pitched a scoreless sixth inning on Tuesday against the Yanks. He's had 7 scoreless games in September.
He's here, and Judge throwing his arms up at second base, so the Yankee hitters are at it again. I don't know if they're doing it every time just to make a point and try to tell the pitcher, hey, you know, we got your signs or whatever.
And he did it again. You do wonder, even if you don't have it, you want them to think that you have it, because usually you kind of relay them surreptitiously.
Yes.
Two and two. Now Rice's on-base percentage drops a lot against lefties, but his slug doesn't. He slugs .493 against righties, .490 against lefties. Three and two. Stanton's on deck.
Well, with that release point from Gilbert, you almost have to anticipate the ball going away from you. That sidearm kind of just sweeper, so you really got to lean out over and try to cover that outside pitch.
And the payoff way outside. Didn't even make it a tough decision for Rice. It was so far outside, so the base is loaded for Stanton. Stanton struck out twice against Martin. Judge at third, Bellinger at second, Rice is at first. Yankees down by 2, bottom of the 5th. One man out. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Grounded and pass. Meade into left field. Judge scores. Bellinger scores. Rice rounds third. They're sending him home. Here's the throw. He'll score. It is a bases clearing double by Stanton, and the Yankees have retaken the lead. They're up 4-3.
Well, that's a big thing about Big G. When he makes contact, a lot of things can happen because he hits the ball so hard. This ball gets by Meade at third base down the left field line. Rojas does a good job at reading it and sending Rice along with Bellinger. Again, just too hot to handle down the third baseline. And he had slowed up with the wet grass, which allowed Rojas to send Ben Rice easily. Big 3 runs for the Yankees.
Jazz takes high, 1-0. Well, he didn't get a glove on it.
Didn't draw leather. I mean, the ball's hit hard. It just scored a hit, but you know, you could see that ball easily, not easily, but caught and turned into 2 if it was gloved.
2-0 on Jazz. So Stanton now with 59 runs batted in. He missed half the season, too. Two and 1. Still 1 out. Grounded. Backhanded by Vargas. He'll take it himself. Moving to third is Stanton.
You're taking such a big chance if you're Venable on the other side. I mean, you bring the lefty in to face Ben Rice, and he walks him, and then Stanton, obviously you really can't pitch around him there, so he gets a 3-run double, and then you've got Chisholm and Wells. So the one guy that could really hurt you, the righty, ended up hurting you in Stanton.
0-1 on Wells. So with rain definitely in the forecast, last out of this inning, it becomes an official game with the Yankees up 4-3. Wells steps out. One and two. Did he go? Yes, he did. So Wells down on strikes. But the Yankees take the lead. They score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the 6th. Yankees up 4-3. Well, thank you, Bob. Maybe that relieves some of the pressure for the Blue Jays. A big home run by Varsho. We go around the majors. Paul Skeens, 6 shutout innings yesterday, 1.97 ERA. Best by a Pirate in the live ball era. Hiroki Sasaki threw a scoreless inning in the first major league game since May 9th. And the Phillies had 8 home runs last night. That's a franchise record. They also clinched a first-round bye. So with the Blue Jays up 4-0, the Yankees have to hold on to this lead, and Montgomery hits one deep to right center field, and they cannot make the play. Kind of wedged up against the wall and Grisham, so it's a double for Montgomery.
Well, again, Montgomery has had a really good series offensively. Grisham going back. I mean, the ball's going to beat him to the wall. The only question was it going to get over the wall? A little spinner there right over the middle of the plate, and Montgomery hammers it to right center field. But yeah, you see it go off the plexiglass and then pinned against Grisham. But at this point, a big break for Rodon. They're not getting out of the yard.
Here's Carroll. Oh for 2 against Rodon. The double, the 4th hit against the Yankee lefty. We're in the 6th. Ground ball to Volpe. He's going to get the lead runner. Bad base running there by Montgomery. 1 away.
Wow, had a huge break for the Yankees, and Anthony Volpe was kind of shielded, but then once he caught the ball, Montgomery's a dead duck. Ball hit right at you. Oh, he's going back. Never make that out there. Some mistakes as a manager you don't mind. Some mistakes you do. This is the kind of stuff that you lose games. It's Will Venable, and I played with his father. I stopped in to say hello today. And Max Venable was with the Reds right when I got called up. He was one of the nicer guys that come over and welcome you, and I'll never forget that. I told him to say hello. Said his father lives in Idaho now. I'm like, Idaho? Wow.
And a strike to Vargas. Fernando Cruz warming for the Yankees. Pitch count's in good shape for Rodon. He's at 78. Center field. Grisham is there. 2 outs.
You look at the difference in this inning and what can happen in baseball. First of all, the ball nearly goes out of the ballpark off the top of the wall, and then you get a base running error. Now you've got 2 outs and a man on first, which, you know, Rodon would figure he can get out of this now without giving out a run.
And you got Teal up, who does struggle against lefties. Oh and 1. Swing and a miss. Teal down on strike. So they survive the leadoff double as the White Sox strand 1. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 4-3. Anthony Volpe will lead off the 6th inning.
So you got this one, Michael? Can I take the night off? Or?
Do you have the answer?
No, I haven't given much thought yet, because last night you picked me up and I just...
Well, it was a 9. I mean, I'm not that sharp. So our producer, Troy Benjamin, made me feel worse. He goes, you know this. No, I don't. No, I don't know it.
Don't you love that when people say, you know what I'm talking about? And you're like,
No, I don't.
No, I really don't.
Now I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Good. I didn't feel like just toiling over it over here. You know that?
The 2-2. Right in on the hands. Grounded foul. So how about this, Paul? In 1968, Charles O. Finley owned the A's.
Right.
They were in Kansas City at that point. And he signed Satchel Paige at the age of 59
Yeah.
to start a game against Boston. Now, remember, Boston gone to the World Series in 1967. The impossible dream. See Toronto up 6-0, and Satchel Paige, again, at the age of 59, 3 shutout innings, gave up 1 hit. That was to Yaz.
Yeah, that's what, when I was reading that story, I thought was really strange because it brought, like, Satchel Paige, you'd think it's way, way back.
Right.
But then you hear Carl Yastrzemski got a hit off of him. It's like, wow, it was that part of that generation, too. Ouch.
Couldn't get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, nowhere to go. I mean, he's going to try to drag bunt and that curveball behind you. Hopefully, he got a little bit of the belt. Didn't as a joke, I think Satchel Paige was sitting in the bullpen in a rocking chair.
Yep, in a rocking chair. Well, can you imagine how great he must have been that at the age of 59 that he could do that?
Right. I think he went out and warmed up and then he got replaced in the 4th or something.
I mean, you're not much older than that. You can't lift your arm anymore.
No, I can't get the ball from the mound to the plate at this point.
Also, on this date, 1968, Mickey Mantle's last game at Yankee Stadium. And because it's Mickey Mantle and has to be something special, he gets the Yankees' only hit against Louis Tiant, who was starting then for Cleveland. So Tiant pitched a one-hitter and Mantle got the hit.
I wonder if he had announced that before. And
Oh, yeah,
everybody knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one gets past Teal. Bangs all the way back, but by that time, McMahon is at second.
You see Gilbert with that release point. You've seen a couple pitches, one behind McMahon that hit him, and now this one just cross-fired all the way across the plate. That's a tough guy to catch right between the wickets.
Scored a wild pitch. Toronto's now up 6-0. That one is driven into right center field. It is caught by a diving Hill. A beautiful catch by the White Sox center fielder, taking an extra base hit and a ribby away from Grisham.
Well, good jump on the ball. Ball was hit hard. Grisham really stung the ball, but you see him playing to the right side of second base, which gave him an advantage to get over there.
Well, crowd's not going to like this, Paul. They intentionally walk Judge again.
Well, if the opportunity arises where he's had an opportunity to drive in a run, or you got a base open, I mean, it's pretty obvious what you're going to do, and this time makes more sense because of lefty on lefty, but Bellinger hits lefties so well.
Now, to just be specific about your question about Mickey, everyone kind of assumed that that was it for him. But he didn't really announce his retirement until spring training of the next year. 36 intentional walk for Judge. I think they were still trying to sell tickets. And he was doing the organization a favor.
Wow.
Yep.
You got to figure Mickey Mantle, as great as he was, he played the majority of his career injured.
Yep.
You know, he wasn't the same player after, you know, the knee injuries and the surgeries and things like that.
Well, he hurt his knee in his first World Series that he played. He kind of miscommunication between he and DiMaggio, and there used to be drains out there, and he stepped on one and kind of ravaged his knee. Two and two. Well, the Red Sox get a run back. Trevor Story singled in Jarren Duran, but they're still trailing the Blue Jays at 6-1 now in the top of the seventh. Yankees and the Blue Jays are tied atop the American League East. A tie cannot do it for the Yanks because they lost in the season series. They've got to finish a game ahead of Toronto. Detroit leading Cleveland 4-2, top of the ninth inning. Detroit trying to salvage the final game of that set. Runners will go, and here's the payoff. Way inside. So that loads the bases, and that'll bring up Rice. Teal will go out and talk with Gilbert, and here comes Ethan Katz, the pitching coach.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
Well, fans, go to Yes Network on X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it number 1, Jose Caballero, number 2, Aaron Judge, or this guy, number 3, Ben Rice? Oh, and 2. Way outside, 1 and 2. Rice with an RBI ground out. Then he grounded to second and then walked and scored. That's the difference in the game. He scored on the bases clearing double by Stanton in the 5th. Three and 2. Well, you can start the merry-go-round. The runners will go. 3-2, 2 outs. Rice could break it open right here. Driven out to left field. Julks is there, and he'll put it away for the final out. Well, the Yankees, with a hit by pitch and 2 walks, they leave the bases loaded. Well, this October, Brooklyn Nets basketball is back on yes as coach Jordi Fernandez leads a fresh new squad loaded with young talent. Tune in Saturday, October 4th for the first preseason game on yes and the Gotham Sports app. Ford scoreboard, Yankees lead 4-3. And Luke Weaver comes on in relief of Carlos Rodon. And pinch hitting for Taylor will be Brooks Baldwin. Fouled away. Last 7 games, the bullpen's pitched 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, the bullpen has been a great surprise here in September, just turning things around. Pretty much what you thought the bullpen was going to be like for the Yankees.
One and one on Baldwin. Taylor hit a home run and had a sac bunt in the game. That home run gave the White Sox a 3-1 lead going into the bottom of the 4th inning. High fly ball, right field. Judge will put it away. Check out the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Devin Williams threw 14 last night. Paul Blackburn 10. Bullpen's in great shape. Everyone is available. Now Will Robertson is going to pinch hit for Corey Julks. And a push bunt attempt, but it's fouled over the screen into the seats. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at t2t.org. (0-2). Good changeup, and that's the pitch that makes them so difficult against lefty batters. And managers kind of fall into the trap. They send up lefties to pinch hit for righties against Weaver, and they're kind of playing right into the Yankees' hands.
You know, going back to when we had Mariano, it was the same thing. You'd put lefties in there, and against that cut fastball, they were outs.
Center field, drifting back, Grisham. That ball carried over the shoulder grab for out number 2.
Yeah, Grisham off the bat, you think it's an easy fly ball, and then all of a sudden you see him start sprinting. I'm sure if you're Weaver, you think, what happened here? Looks so easy in slow motion, doesn't it, Michael?
Yeah, it's still pretty hard for me.
You can just envision what it'd be like out there.
Here's Derek Hill. 2 outs, nobody on in the 7th. Ground ball, Volpe. Worm burner. He grabs it, fires, got him. And a 1-2-3 inning for Luke Weaver. The end of 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees leading this one 4-3, but we're going to stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Navy Petty Officer Thomas McManus from the Bronx served in Operation Desert Storm. The Yankees say thank you, Thomas, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white before. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right.
Martin started, went one out into the fifth. Michael A. Taylor, a sac fly, 2-run home run. Actually, a sac bunt and a 2-run home run. Carlos Rodon, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. And Giancarlo Stanton had that 3-run double. Will Robertson takes over in left field. And Brooks Baldwin in right. And there's a strike from the new pitcher, Mike Vasil. You know, I love what Jack Curry said moments ago, because sometimes you hear people, well, why do you guys give exit velocity? Who cares? Well, they care. The harder you hit a ball, that's why he got that double.
I've said it many times, Michael, that's one of the analytics that is really important to me, because the harder you hit the ball, the less time the infielder has to react. So you'll see a lot of balls Stanton hit, Judge hit, Rice hit, they get through. And the wouldn't. And you watch this ball was hit so hard that it just handcuffs me to third base, and it ends up, you know, a 3-run double.
That's the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Yeah, if that's a normal ground ball, it's an inning-ending double play.
It's a double play.
Yep.
Or if it's, you know, a spectacular play, a backhand, but, you know, your reaction time is only so quick.
Devin Williams been pitching very well of late. He's getting ready to pitch the 8th inning. Three and two. Vassell was the one White Sox reliever that we had not yet seen in this series. So first look at him. And a 3-2 count on Stanton. And he walked him. And there'll be a pinch runner.
You got Caballero or Dominguez? Who we got?
Yes, you go with Caballero. No, it's going to be Dominguez.
Oh, they both run real well.
Teal throws out 18.5% of base stealers. You know, we broke down exit velocities. If you hit the ball 90 miles per hour or below, your batting average is 214. 91 to 99, exit velo, 281. 100 to 109, 553. And 110 plus, you're hitting 746.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it just goes to show you. And you could do the same thing with counts. Strike one, ball one, 2-2, 0-2. I mean, there's so many variables that come into high average when you're looking at numbers.
Chop toward first. They thought about going to second. They'll take the out at first. Moving to second is Dominguez.
Well, because of Dominguez's speed, you know, this in-between little chopper gets him to second base. Yeah, that's got to be a tough play right there. Probably made the right move. Dominguez got a good jump, good secondary lead.
You think, though, if he fires a strike, he gets him?
What's that?
If he fires a strike,
you know
think
what?
he
Yeah,
gets
it's
him?
50-50, and that's the you know, in a one-run game, you know, that's not the chance you want to take.
Fouled straight back by Wells. One and one. Driven deep to right center field. On the run is Hill, and that ball is off the wall. Scoring easily is Dominguez. Stopping at second with an RBI double as Wells. A nice insurance run for the Yankees. They're up 5-3.
Yeah, that's a big hit for Wells, and Dominguez did a great job. Michael, you had brought this up earlier in the game where, you know, if this ball drops, he's going to score anyway. Dominguez was only about 10 feet off of second base, but as soon as the ball hit the wall, he was off to the races. Allowed Karam there, and he scored easily, but a big at bat. Watch, see, he's going to tag up. As you said, you know, I'm going to score anyway if this ball doesn't go out of the ballpark.
That's the 70th ribby for Wells. Here's Volpe 0 for 3. Oh and 1.
You see Stanton draw that walk, and how important it was by bringing speed in. He gets to second base on that chopper and then scores easily on the base hit by Wells.
Two and 1. So Wells with 70 RBIs, that's tied for third among American League catchers. Raleigh's first with 125. Sal Perez has 97. Shea Langoliers has 70. Two and 2 on Volpe. Well, Boone said they've never been better.
Just letting him know that he missed by a half an inch, he said, right?
Yep. Two. 3-2. Williams and Cruz. Bassel deals. Foul back by Volpe. Bottom of the 7th, Yankees lead 5-3. You see the score there on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Toronto leading Boston 6-1. Top of the 8th inning as they try to salvage the final game of that 3-game set. And they will finish up this weekend against Tampa Bay. Popped up. Teal for the second out. Well, tomorrow night on Yes, the Yankees kick off the final series of the regular season with a matchup against the Orioles here in the Bronx. And every game matters so much. So tune in for coverage beginning at 6 with batting practice in the pregame. Then first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
You got a clear slate tomorrow, Michael? The rain out of the area?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I hope so. Now, I don't have a clean slate because I've got some responsibilities. Meredith is putting me to work, right, Meredith?
I most definitely am. Paul, huge BP All Access. The full 30 minutes. Michael is going to join me. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
You know what? You've got an 18-hour radio show, then a pregame show, then a game. You just like to hear yourself talk. That's just the way it is.
He's the hardest working man in the biz, Paul. That's what it is.
His voice is, at least.
When you're talented, you're talented. Hey, if you want to stop by, Paul, the more the merrier.
You know what? I might have another appointment, but give it a shot, though. Huh?
That's a hard pass, Michael. Michael, we're going to do a attendee review, which I know fans are looking forward to. Also
This
noteworthy.
is the last ballpark that we have not been
I
to.
actually was live. I got to watch one of those. I might stop by for that. That was impressive.
Do you feel pressure, Michael? Everyone has been waiting for this all year long.
You know what? Pressure either cracks pipes or makes diamonds. So we'll see how it goes.
Boy.
Are you a crack pipe or are you a diamond?
Hey, guys, listen to this. The Orioles are in town tomorrow, as we know, for the final 3 games of the season. Well, it was their rookie dress-up day. They left Camden Yards dressed like minions.
Minions?
Wow.
Animated minions?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
A sight to be seen, Paul. Do you know what a minion is?
Yeah, I do. I do.
You have grandkids, you know.
You're exactly right. Boy, over the years, the rookie dress up for the last trip, we've seen a lot. I mean, really have seen a lot.
Michael, since it's your first, oh no, it's not your first time on the show. I was going to say, maybe we'll make you dress up for your first time on the show, but.
Well, it is my first time doing the whole show with you.
That's true.
I've been on a segment. This is a big responsibility.
Let's see what we can come up with in under 24 hours.
So this starts at 6, right?
6 o'clock on the Yes Network.
Now, will I have enough time to get back in time to join Paul and David?
Of course. Well, they could handle it if you're a little bit late, but I would never do that to you.
Okay.
Or maybe that's the plan. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that to you. You'll have plenty of time to prepare for the game.
Coney and I are sidekicks. We can't take the main stage.
And McMahon works a walk, so he's on base for the 3rd time tonight.
I can't stop laughing because one of those rookie hazes, I remember years and years ago, they put Hooters shorts
Yeah.
on the players, and they took away their underwear too, and they made them go sign autographs. And the poor guy out there.
That was at the old ballpark, right?
Yeah,
When you walk out. Yeah.
exactly. Oh boy, this game will do a lot of things to you, Michael. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Trent Grisham takes low 1-0. Isn't that a balk?
I would think so.
Yeah. You can't fake the throw to first. You could fake it to second. You think he forgot there was a guy on the second?
Yeah, I think so. I think he knew there was a pickoff play, but the pickoff play was at second, not first. First baseman wasn't even moving.
Well, growing pains. One and one. Five, 8-0 for the Yanks. 3-4-0 for the White Sox. So Meredith, nice suit for the show, or can I wear a sweatshirt?
Whatever you would like to, whatever makes you most comfortable, Michael. I just want to make sure you're comfortable on the set.
Well, Meredith is dressed to the T every day, Michael, so don't show up in like a T-shirt or a hoodie or something. You know, you got to dress to your audience.
My audience, not my co-host.
Oh, okay. So you're just going to let her show you up on camera.
She always does. She's elegant and exquisite, and I'm a big lug.
Oh, you're not a big lug, but thank you for those kind words.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Grisham down on strikes, but the Yankees get an insurance run. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 men left. We go to the 8th. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. Buy Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. There's a party going on right here. A celebration.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Now you woke me up. We got some lyrics. Now I really got to think.
Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees lead 5-3. And Devin Williams, 7 consecutive scoreless appearances. He'll pitch the 8th inning, and he'll face the top of the order.
Thought those people were getting ready for Coney in the booth tomorrow. We got the Coneheads out there with the happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Now some business to take care of. If the Yankees hold on and the Blue Jays hold on, meaning the Red Sox would lose tonight, then the Yankees would clinch, at worst, home field advantage in the wild card, which will start on Tuesday.
Which is a huge deal also. If
Absolutely. If you're not going to win the division.
Yeah, if you don't win the division, you definitely want to play those wild card games here in Yankee Stadium.
One and two.
Have they done anything since I retired and haven't been back to Fenway locker room? Have they done anything to the locker room, enlarged it at all?
The actual locker room is the same, but they actually have built another room in the back for treatment and stuff like that where you can eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for as far as like a playoff setting and the press, there's no room whatsoever in the old Fenway locker room.
No. They do have a side room where you could go where they bring people for interviews. As Mardroth goes down on strikes. Well, this is the 6th Yankee strikeout. It's brought to you by Audi and the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Here is Curtis Mead. I'll tell you what, Paul. If you have straightened out Devin Williams and Weaver and Bednar as your closer, you got to feel much better going to the postseason.
Well, I think at the trade deadline, that's what Aaron Boone envisioned, that, Bednar, Duvall, Williams, Weaver, he felt like he had so many, things to match up with. And all of a sudden here in the last couple of weeks, it's kind of ending up that way.
And don't forget the wild card of Fernando Cruz, who's really tough out of the pen as well. So you would say that the bullpen coming down the last month and a half was your biggest concern. Even if you make the postseason, how would you fare if your bullpen's so shaky? But it looks like it's steadying just a bit. And the guy on the mound, boy, if he returns to the closer that he was all those years with Milwaukee, you feel a lot better. Two and two on Curtis Mead. Also, an interesting stat from Sarah Langs of Major League Baseball. This is the first time since the move to 6 divisions in 1994 that at least one team in all 6 divisions led by 5.5 games or more and eventually fell out of first place. Now, you might say, well, the Blue Jays haven't fallen out of first place. We're not talking about the Blue Jays. The Yankees at one point had a 7-game lead in the division, and they fell out of first place. Every other division had a team that was 5.5 or more up, and they fell out of first place. Still 2 and 2. So Mead battling, just fouling off that change. The 2-2.
So with the big chicken tender thing coming up tomorrow, you're not going to be a hometowner. It's an honest opinion.
Absolutely. I've got ethics.
Okay. All right. I'm anxious to see the number. What was the top number of the year?
What was it, Meredith? 8.2? I think it was 8.2.
She's going through the arc. She's going to the vault.
Swing and a miss on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Mead goes down on strikes. Well, Yankee fans, catch all the action at Yankee Stadium this postseason. 2025 postseason tickets are on sale now. Experience October baseball at Yankee Stadium this fall. Postseason tickets are going fast, so visit Yankees.com/postseason today.
Well, rumor has it, you see, that's a guy that could cook. Right?
Yeah.
Ah, kicking tenders.
Oh, no, we're not doing kicking tenders.
Marcus will rebrand that overnight.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, to answer your question, 8.1 in both Pittsburgh and Houston, and there was a little bit of controversy earlier in the year. Michael was influenced by somebody in Detroit, and we had to do a retraction. So he has learned his lesson.
Ah.
Well, the chef of the ballpark was standing if I gave him like a 5, he might have punched me in the face. But I had a big apology video after that.
Didn't sleep all night, he told me, Paul.
Yep.
He just couldn't live with himself.
I couldn't live with myself. I don't know how Jody lives with me. It's a lot of questions.
That's a rough night on yourself. You know?
1-2 on Colson Montgomery. Can Williams strike out the side? Misses with the fastball. Devin Williams seems so much more confident and sure of himself on the mound. Had such a tentative nature when he was struggling. Count 3-2. And there's a walk to Montgomery. So he's had a pretty good series, Paul. He's been on base 3 times, and the one time he made out, he lined out to first base.
Yeah, he's had a good series offensively the whole time in town here. long home run, a couple hard hit balls, played good defense. So what you said earlier in the game, that they feel like they've plugged one of the holes for the future. Montgomery might be one of them.
Here's Caro. One and 0. Caro 0 for 3, and he's 1 for 11 in the series. Lined and over the leaping try of Jazz Chisholm for base hit, moving Montgomery to second. I think Jazz thought he had it.
Yeah, I think he actually jumped early, and the ball wasn't quite there yet. I think it was kind of off the end of the bat, and then you just can't stay up there in the air. You try to climb that ladder, it's just out of his reach.
And here comes Matt Blake to talk with Devin Williams. Top of the 9th inning in Toronto. It's 6-1 the Blue Jays over the Red Sox. Bednar heating up. They do not have any problem with having him come in and get a 4-out save. So here's Miguel Vargas, first and second. The tying runs on base. Yankees lead by 2, 5-3 in the 8th. Started with a fastball. There's a strike. Corey Lee pinch running for Caro. That fastball just missed. Teal on deck. Driven into left field. On the run is Bellinger, and he makes the play. He saved the lead with that play. A bullet off the bat of Vargas, but a great jump by Bellinger. Reaches up, hauls it in. End of the inning, White Sox strand 2. It's time for the Alphabet Don't Take Slow for an answer replay.
Well, off the bat, you thought this was heading for the gap and possibly a tie game, but Cody Bellinger, we've said time and time again, great jumps on the baseball, nice play, a lot of relief for Devin Williams.
Well, bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Judge, Bellinger, and Rice. Judge has been intentionally walked twice. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. 0-1. Nub back to the mound. Vassell gets Judge, 1 away. Well, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, a look ahead to the final series of the regular season with the Orioles, all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. And with the lefty Bellinger coming up, and then Rice, Venable will go for a left-hander in the bullpen. Those are the clues. And the answer is Richard Dotson.
Dotson.
Let's go to the vault. He was pretty good with the White Sox.
Barfield. We had Willie Mays Aikens.
And then the Yankees were in need of pitchers.
Debo, Darryl Boston. Was that Newman?
I think that very good.
Yeah.
Al Newman.
I got all the hitters. I just get Dotson.
Cam Booser. 0-1 count on Bellinger. 1-1. Fourth in the Cy Young voting in '83 was 22-7. Traded to the Yankees with Scott Nielsen for Dan Pasqua, Steve Rosenberg, and Mark Salas. And he's from Cincinnati, Paul.
I did not know that.
High fly ball. Hill is there. Now, I'm a little teeny bit older than you, but do you remember that Nissan used to be a Datsun?
Oh, yeah.
You do, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there are people of a certain age that have no idea. It used to be the Datsun 280Z.
That was my first car after I got drafted.
Really?
Oh,
That was a sweet.
You know, the
sweet
thing
ride.
was, though, so I drive to get the brand new car with Neville, right?
Right.
Who do you think drives it home? She
Neville.
jumps in the new car. I got the pickup truck behind her, right? But Datsun, it was DAT, right? Was it?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
DAT.
I never knew why they changed the name because it was known as a Datsun.
Yeah.
And the Yankee bullpen car used to be a Datsun with pinstripes on it. Here's Paul Goldschmidt pinch hitting for Rice.
Yeah, we are showing our age when we're talking about the bullpen cars, huh? Bringing in the relievers.
Well, the Blue Jays have won. So at the moment, they're a half game ahead of the Yankees, but the games will even out if the Yankees win. It'll be back to tied. And that one stays in play as Baldwin makes a catch in foul territory to retire Goldschmidt. Well, the Yankees go down in order against two pitchers. Ninth inning coming up. For the game where the great Bernie Williams performed the national anthem. That man can play the guitar.
I've heard him play it before, and he played a little different version today, which just goes to show you how talented he is. He can kind of change things up a little bit. Look at that drummer. He stinks. Big Bernie's good. Hey, what happened to my hair? It used to be dark.
Same thing that happened to Bernie's hair.
Yeah. Must have had a rain delay there, huh?
That's nice. David Bednar comes on to try to close it out. Deals high to Kyle Teal. Yankees trying to sweep the White Sox. 18 games with the Yankees. Bednar has emerged as a closer. Has a 2.61 ERA. Remember, he struggled in that very first game, but there haven't been that many struggles since. I would think that series in Miami, when you look at this season, that might have been the low point.
Yeah, and you know, we did it together,
Yeah.
Michael. We got to witness it together. Everybody that came over on the trade kind of did not do what they wanted initially.
1-2.
I remember leaving that ballpark, and it's just shaking my head thinking, what just happened, huh? And then I figured out that I had no driver, so I was kind of just walking the streets of Miami. That was even worse.
Still 1-2 on Teal. Teal hit by a pitch, struck out twice tonight. Local kid from Mahwah, New Jersey.
Where's Mahwah? I don't know much about Jersey. I don't get over there that much.
I couldn't give you a geographic, north or south, but it's, let's say it's 35 minutes from the bridge. Ground ball to McMahon. One away. Time for the upcoming schedule, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Just 3 more games in the regular season, and it'll be the Orioles coming to town tomorrow night, Saturday afternoon, and 3:05 on Sunday. And that's it. But not really, because the Yankees have higher aspirations. Whether or not the games are on that second line at the beginning or you have to wait till the weekend, well, we have to see how the American League East plays out. Well, so Brian Hoke, covers the Yankees for MLB, said Mahwah is right at the New York, New Jersey border, North Jersey, next to Suffern, New York.
Okay.
Now, the Orioles have not played well overall, but since they changed managers, they've been about a 500 team. It's not going to be easy because Trevor Rogers shut the Yankees down in Baltimore. He's going to start tomorrow, then Sugano, and then Kyle Bradis. So they're sending out their 3 best starters. And that got the umpire, Clint Bondrak.
And if the Baltimore Orioles weren't playing the New York Yankees, who are in the playoffs and every game is important, they probably wouldn't throw those guys. You know, a lot of times they'll throw a rookie out there or something, but you know, with the outcome to those games so important, you owe it to the game, to the league, to throw your best. And you see, right, those are great numbers.
Now Rogers is a terrific pitcher. And he'll be going up against Will Warren. Cam Schlittler on Saturday for the Yankees, Louis Seal Sunday. There's Will Warren, had a really solid first season, probably a year ahead of schedule because of the injuries. He's forced into action, did a good job. 1-2 on Baldwin. Chop, fielded by Volpe. And the White Sox down to their final out.
Got to say it, Michael. Anthony Volpe looks so much more aggressive at getting to the ball, and it just looks it's making the plays look a lot easier in the past couple of weeks. You know, he was kind of in between there for a while, going back on some, charging others. He seems to be coming forward on the ball a lot better, and it just seems like it's making the plays a lot easier for him.
Here's Will Robertson. And the pitch is high from Bednar, 98 miles an hour. One and one. Joe Girardi always brings this up about Bednar. The thing that makes him different for a closer, he has a wide arsenal of pitches. All that he can throw for strikes. Usually a closer will have that one out pitch. But Bednar can get you out with 3 or 4 pitches.
You know, he does. He's got the closer's fastball, you know, in the upper 90s, but he also has that good curveball and split finger. So, Michael, you're right. I mean, a lot of times you're just dialing it up to try to catch up to a closer's fastball. He's a pitcher.
Two-one count on Robertson. There's that curve. 2-2, a strike away. And that one got Wells as he shakes his hand.
If you're Wells, you're back there thinking, really, there's 2 outs in the 9th inning, and I got to get this? It went right off the wrist, just underneath or the glove.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Yankees win this one 5-3. The save from Bednar, the win for Rodon, his 18th big hit by Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees now have clinched, at the least, the top wild card spot. So if they don't win the division, Paul, that means that the wild card will start here on Tuesday at Yankee Stadium. But they're still tied with the Blue Jays, each team with 3 games remaining.
Yeah, you got a lot to settle this weekend with the way Toronto's playing and the way the Yankees are playing. But yeah, by sealing, first of all, a postseason berth and now a home field berth, you know that you accomplished a lot in this series. Let's see what happens on the weekend.
So the Yankee bullpen again locks it down. Weaver, Williams, and Bednar. And the 18th win for Carlos Rodon against 9 losses. Yankees' 91st win. We'll come back with awards and more. Yankees win 5-3, and the big hit is the Cadillac drive of the game.
Well, let's go to the 5th inning with bases loaded. Big G's been struggling a little bit, but not here. He ripped down the line, a 3-run double. Yankees added 1 more, but that was the big drive of the game.
Took 2 hours and 47 minutes. Yankees 5 runs on 8 hits. White Sox 3 runs on 5 hits. Rodon his 18th win. Bednar 26 save. Gilbert took the loss. Taylor a home run, his 9th. And Giancarlo Stanton, the double that Paul just showed you, and the Yankees remain tied with the Blue Jays for the American League East lead. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and our executive producer of the Yes Network is Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees begin their final series of the regular season against the Orioles. Coverage will begin at 6 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 7. Once again, the final score, the Yankees 5 and the Chicago White Sox 3. For Paul O'Neill and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry, standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show. Guys.
God bless you. I'm upon this one again. No. Double pro. I met this girl last December. Her name na Monica. She sent me her picture from Twitter. She dey always wear short Nika tie. Monica too fine, no, but Monica too like money. I spend money for Monica. She still the follow. She still the waka. See Monica with trendy boy. I see Monica with the GoPro. I see Monica with Tomo Healer. GC, now waiting this up. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife material. Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother. Christmas clothes for your sister. Plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father Okada tie. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica. Monica don't be wife material.
If you get money, Monica go stay with you. If you not go get money, Monica fit stay with you. Monica, follow. If you get big things, she swallow. If you don't get, borrow. Monica don't dey for Kalika, fi shame you. If you today no be the same you, why can't they love the same you? Monica when I see for Facebook, Monica go far away. Monica dey with that day, but me I go away. When tell me I like it, just you can't spend money. Monica want come party. If you no come concert, Monica no be Dundee, she like Dundees.
Come to my place, she go run, come. I swear she go run, come. She see me take out money, she go shake bum. She go shake bum. She dey pepper for mat like say I lick dum. I say I lick dum. She do like skin that she know they use condom. I swear she know they use condom. Monica.
Monica, oh, Monica go kill the person, oh.
Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother, Christmas clothes for your sister, plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father go kata. She still the waka waka, she still the follow. God forbid Monica, Monica don't be wife material.
It's